3, 2, 1.
Head to greenmangaming.com right now and at checkout enter the code NEW20 for 20% off Far Cry 5. Certain things need to be in place, like you need to be in one of those countries there on the screen right now, but this is the best deal you're gonna get on the game. Head down below in the description. Hello, audience. Dr. Stronabird here, bringing you the latest in rocket technology. This is it. The most powerful rocket the Headhunter space program has ever built. This is the Eagle Heavy, the most powerful rocket ever constructed by the Headhunter space program, powered by a astounding 15 of whatever the hell these are. We're not entirely sure. We just slapped them on the bottom of a rocket and said, yeah, that's good. Yeah, they're the Mastodon liquid fuel engine. Insanely large, insanely powerful engine. Each one equivalent to one of the engines on a Saturn V rocket. By that logic, this thing is 3 times as powerful as the Saturn V. The insane velocity we expect to get with this rocket will send it hurtling out of the solar system. So, let's begin. We've given it a test payload. That said test payload is an actually incredibly, insanely, uncomfortably large space probe. And it is quite uncomfortably large. It is expected to make rendezvous with Duna. So we'll be sending this uncomfortably large probe to Duna. Now, just let me make sure the shroud doesn't deploy early. And there. And right there. Okay. Honestly, I could just deploy the shroud at any time. Now, knowing what happened with the previous rocket, the Eagle, I fully expect this thing to just weeble wobble and then fall. But hopefully, we'll get lucky today, and we won't have to deal with that. Throttle up. Oh, she flies. Oh, she's flying. So far, there is a lack of weeble and or wobbling. I think there's a small discrepancy. Well, no, I think we're fine. At least for now. We put radiators on this thing to keep it cool. So we're gonna go ahead and try activating those. Because we don't want an engine burnout. This is the bottom layer here. We can keep the rocket cool by a whopping 60%. 62% if we're lucky. Oh, it's a very powerful rocket. The sheer power alone of this thing rivals small cities. And I do believe it is enough to rival the Falcon Heavy, its SpaceX counterpart. This is made with the making history parts. We got all new engines, all new fuel tanks, all new pieces and everything, all new game mechanics and all that cool stuff. Alright, staging, here we go. Yeah, we had to put like 5 engines on each of them for this thing. 5 separator engines on the side boosters. Because it's that insanely powerful. activating the Kerbin system. Holy crap! She actually flies! I was doing flight testing of this thing earlier with a larger third stage, but then all it did was weeble wobble and then fall over. We also have that new launch site up there, the Woomerang, and also we can access the island airfield now. We're out of atmosphere, we could probably deploy the shroud. Yeah, let's... well... you know what? Yeah. Shut her down! Deploy the shroud. Start boosting past it. That up top is a very large M700 survey scanner. We're gonna send this thing all the way to Duna. So let's go ahead and get that set as our target. All the way to Duna and beyond! First stage is just about out of fuel. Should get us out past the Mun. Okay, maybe further. Okay, never mind. It got us all the way out of this goddamn system. Let it burn out. Excellent. Shut her down. Very nice. Very nice. We got all the way to orbit, and we still we got all the way out of the Kerbin system, and we still have the Rhino engine at full fuel capacity. Wow. Okay. This thing is the biggest thing I have ever managed to get this far. Okay. Now we need her out of the Kerbin system. Alright, we'll activate the monopropellant systems. We got radiators on board, which will keep this thing cool. We're carrying a lot of radiators nowadays, I know. We also have the fold-out radiators. So, the radiator panels have been activated. That should help keep our giant Rhino engine cool enough. Is that the Mun? I believe it is. Alright, so let's get to Duna. We'll friggin' figure out the transfer nodes once we're out of the Kerbin system. It'll probably take us a year to get to Duna. Maybe even more, because we're at a really bad transfer window here. But we're trying to test this thing to its full potential, so Mechanical Jeb will help us figure this out. Now, let's see. Flight recorder. Acceleration. Brilliant. I don't know how any of this stuff works, but let's figure it out. Alright. Maneuver planner. Home and transfer to target. Let's see. Close. Here we go. Return from a moon. Resonant orbit. Transfer to another planet. at the next transfer window. And begin. You may begin when ready. Let's select target for interplanetary transfer. There we go. You good now? Okay. Create the node. Prepare to execute. Let's see where that is. We need to change our inclination to match that with Duna. Which isn't too horrible. Nevertheless, where do we fire? Error occurred while creating node. God damn it! Using this mode voids the war. Well, far be it for me to void the warranty. Do not tell me I'm gonna have to do the math myself. Our closest approach here is a full 1/4 of the way around the sun. Okay. Let me figure this out. Alright, we're back. Change of plans. We're going to Joule. We're going to that gas giant thing with the lots of moons. And the good news is we have to. And the good news is our burn window is coming up. So node in T-minus 6 days. And what's it? So let's time warp over there. 3 days. 2 days. 1 day. Wait for it. Slow it down. Alright. We need to burn now. On that Rhino engine, we'll only be burning for a couple of minutes. To be exact, 1 minute and a half. And then we'll get our Joule encounter. We should have enough fuel for this. Yeah, no, we have more than enough fuel for this. We're only down to about half a tank here. And well, actually, we're halfway through our burn. And it is still falling. Alright, start slowing her down. Give me this. I don't know what it does, but give it to me. Slow it down easy now. Things go wrong, we just turn it around, fire the other way. Alright, there we go. That is within acceptable margin for error. Very nice. Radiators are gonna go to work, keeping that thing cooled off. Good. Very good. We'll rely on that engine all the way to the Joule system. Can't be too long. We've only been out here 10 days. Alright, maximum time warp. Let's see how far we're going. Look, it's Telescopicus Metallicus. Always tracking. Always, the ever-vigilant Telescopicus Metallicus. The ever-vigilant Telescopicus Metallicus. Alright, it's been 150 days. I don't much care how much time has gone by in total. God, this thing is big. Like, this thing is big. I mean, really big. Alright, so Joule should be off in that direction. Can't see it yet. And it's been approximately over a year now. Still no intercept. I'll be right back. Okay, we're coming up on the intercept now. We should be able to see it coming up here pretty soon. Not entirely sure where. I still have no visual sighting on the planet that is in question. It should be coming between us and the sun now. The fact that I still can't see it is concerning. In a second here, it's gonna start pulling us right in towards it. It's worth noting we're not going that fast. Alright, let's get down to it. Here we go. Straight into the... Oh, okay, that's a pretty far approach from where we just were. We're 3.5 years into this particular mission now. All right. Give me the smart ASS Amos retrograde. Give those things a minute. I still have no idea where the planet is. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe there's just too many dots in space. I'm gonna go with there are just too many dots in space, and I can't make out the one that we're trying to hit. Whatever. Fire away. Our Joule periapse is at 2 billion meters right now. That might have something to do with it. Actually, never mind. It's more like 70 billion. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bring us in. Shut it down. Shut it off. Shut it off. Whew. This engine's brought us a long way. Let's how many days till we hit the Perry? Another year. Oh my god. Okay. How slow are we going? About the speed of a mid-range car right about now. So, no, not fast. Good news is I think I figured out why we can't see Joule. We're looking at the dark side of the planet. We're also really high above it. Like, ridiculously so. Don't worry, at our periaps here, the freaking moons are in the way. At our periaps here, we should be able to see it. So long as it doesn't, so long as the probe doesn't take a dive into the atmosphere. Nah, from that distance we should be fine, and we also should be able to avoid every single moon. Including Bop, Pole, Lathe, and all the rest. Alright, we are officially within the Juvian system. Now we need to aim ourselves retrograde and continue burning. Of course, this engine isn't going to last us much longer. We'll be moving on to our final engine here in just a second. Easy. Okay, and burn what little we have left. And that's it. That's all we had left. Okay. Begin the decoupling process. And yes, it is a process. That's why it's a process. We have to get those things off very carefully. Whoa, 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 whoa! Activate the other one! Okay. Easy, easy. Get control. She's good. Radiators, go to work. These things have a bad habit of overheating. A very bad habit of overheating. The good news is, they are ridiculously fuel efficient, and that is a rather large tank. They also don't need oxidizers, so we could have taken that out, reduced the weight by a huge margin. So we need our periaps within the orbit of Lathe. Been to one of these moons. I sent a rover. You know, I sent it to Lathe. Might not have the fuel for this. I think I overestimated the fuel efficiency of the atomic rocket motor. The nerve engines. However, now it's only 15 days to apoaps, 4 days to periaps. Good. Yeah, no, this was a good rocket. It got us very, 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 very far. Could probably get to Elu if I so desired. Maybe with a smaller probe. Smaller payload, more powerful engine. I just put a huge payload on this thing as a proof of concept. Bop is one of the smallest moons, so we shouldn't be too worried about its gravity. Hello there, Lathe. Alright, once we're within the orbit of Joule, we won't have to worry too much. 16 million. We'll start at 15 mil. Here, hold on. Cut the engine. What's the distance for this thing to work? Must be in a stable polar orbit between 600,000 and 1,500 to... Huh. Keep burning. Actually, for now, let's just get closer to this thing. That'll fall into a larger orbit. Amos retrograde again. Now we'll bring the apoapsis down. We'll burn for as long as we can. I don't know how NASA manages to keep their space probes with fuel for ridiculous amounts of time. They do somehow. And I believe the tank is empty. Okay. Well, this probe wasn't really supposed to do too much. It was just a proof of concept to prove that it could be done, prove that it could, prove that we could actually, like, use this rocket for very large payloads. This isn't the fault of the top stage, honestly. Because I didn't put a lot of design thoughts into the top stage. This was mainly the main lifting body of the rocket that was going through testing. So that is the Eagle Heavy, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly soon to be renamed to the Eagle Prime. Because that just sounds fucking awesome. And that is Joule, which is where it took us. There's like 3 moons right there. Good God. How many moons does this planet have again? Like 5. At least 5. Jesus. Thanks for watching, guys! And I will see you in the next video. Now, you'll excuse me, it's back to the drawing board for, Eagle Heavy. Or by drawing board, I mean we're figuring out that last stage. It needs more fuel.
Everybody wants to be an astronaut.